Hi everybody, welcome to day 2 of interpersonal communication. As you can see, I'm still in the hospital, but things are definitely improving. I'm having a much better day today than I did the last time you saw me, so that's great. I'm very happy about that. Yesterday was a bit of a rough day, but I got some fresh blood transfused into me, and we've really seen some improvements. So I'm happy about that. So that's great news. Hopefully I will be back with you next week. So fingers crossed that's what's going to happen. But since it's not the case today, I wanted to give you a quick introduction as to what you're going to be doing today. As you saw going through the syllabus, and I mentioned in the past video, one of the major projects that we're doing is a group project in which you work as a group in order to sort of apply the concepts or see the concepts being applied in a mediated environment. Now, to go a little bit further into that, it's not just that we're looking for examples, but I want you to, as you watch the television show, see how the relationships evolve, the interpersonal communication changes. I also want you to, as you watch it and then discuss afterwards, the differences between what you see in the television show and your own personal lives. It's television. It's not going to be realistic all the time. I mean, if you choose a show like The Walking Dead, of course there's not zombies. You choose a show like How I Met Your Mother or Everybody Loves Raymond, we're going to be talking about different things, but it's not always realistic, and your experiences might not reflect the show well, or that particular episode well, or that particular relationship well. But maybe somebody in your group it does. And so what I really want you guys to do is, in this particular project, work as a group. One of the reasons I want you to watch is because immediately after you watch the show, I want you to sit for a half an hour or an hour as a group to discuss it, right? To apply those concepts from what we talked about in the book to the show and also your own lives, and hopefully generate some argument as to whether or not it's accurate or not accurate, how and how not. And when I say argument, keep in mind that argument does not mean bad. Obviously I don't want any of you to start punching each other or screaming or yelling or belittling, but argument's good. Disagreement is good. It's how we find and learn. We find and learn through arguments. So I don't mean argument in like yelling and screaming. I mean argument in the real sense of the word, in which we discuss things, because part of relational communication, part of interpersonal communication, is finding out what makes us different. That's one of the reasons why I like doing the project this way, is because that way we no longer have just your opinion. You're really forcing yourself to not only explore relationships outside in a mediated context, but also create new relationships and see how those form as well. So hopefully you'll see tensions about the show with your group and tensions within your group about the show. So I'm hoping for disagreements. I am hoping for disagreements. I'm hoping for arguments. I'm not hoping for you to hate each other or hate the project, but healthy argument can be a lot of fun. Maybe at the end of the day, you just don't like that one prick that's in the group that you're in, but hopefully that's not the case. We'll see. I kind of hope so, but that's because I like it. It's fun. I can sit back and relax and just watch you all dismantle into disarray, and I like it. But we'll have fun with it, hopefully. But it's all in a good learning environment experience. So today what you're going to be doing is what I've called speed dating, and that is, I realized that asking all of you to form groups, long-standing groups for the rest of the semester requires a certain degree of diversity, but which I'd like the most diverse groups as possible. But I also understand that you have lives, other classes, expectations in terms of what you could stand in terms of the media and not. So today you have whenever I'm done, the remainder of the class to do this speed dating and find partners in this group that you can stand as human beings. Find partners that meet your schedules. Make certain all that's very clear, because we're going to solidify them today. I want one person from each of the groups to email me the group, all right, by the end of today. So make certain you collect all the contact information. Make certain you collect all contact information, names, phone numbers, Facebook, dorm rooms, addresses, whatever it may be, because you are going to be working and having it. The scheduling is very important. So if you know you're the type of person that goes to bed by 8 every night, and I know that sounds ridiculous for a college student, but my wife's best friend did that. I hate her. I still hate her. Whatever. I don't hate her. She's just annoying and awful, and I hate her. But anyway, whatever. If you go to bed before 8, you need to find people that are going to be willing to watch the show during the day. If you are the type of person that hates comedy, I can't imagine that, then you probably want to pick people that aren't looking to watch Mad Men. If you can't stand a certain type of show, then you want to make certain that you get those feels. So feel schedules, interests, all those sorts of things. Try to be as diverse as possible in all possible ways. And so, when we talk about diversity, typically we always think of diversity in terms of sort of simpler constructs of diversity, race, age, gender, stuff like that. But diversity is also, that's too simple when it comes to diversity. So think about interests. If you're interested in sports, then maybe that might be something that you're asking questions about because you don't want to sit there and watch Friends for a semester. Trust me, I wouldn't. So nonetheless, it's important for you to do that today. So make certain you're thinking about those things right now. When I'm done, go around, start asking questions, find those groups. Maybe 2 people hook up, start to bring people together. There are 19 people registered for the class. I'm obviously not certain how many people are there, but we're looking for groups of 4 or 5, no more than 5 groups though. All right? So you figure that out. No more than 5 groups of 4 or 5. All right? So you do the math, you figure it out. I would like to say that, as you know, I don't know you yet. I am going to assume you're wonderful, loving people that have grown up in this generation of more tolerance than perhaps I did. So if you feel like you're the kind of person that gets picked last, and don't let that happen. Take a little initiative here. Try to insert yourself. Maybe you're a little bit not the type of person to do that today. Be ballsy. Do it. Go out there and be that type of person. I say all that because I don't want somebody, I didn't have a group. I'm not trying to be fun with that voice. But, take some initiative today. Make certain you get yourself in a part of a group. We may have some we have some upperclassmen in here and some underclassmen here. If you're a freshman and you're a little bit leery, I remember that time. It's very common. It's very nerve-wracking. So if there are some upperclassmen in here that want to be some role models and just make certain everyone's involved. And if you're a freshman or sophomore and you're that kind of initiative, go for it. And so, and if somebody's just absolutely gorgeous, try to get in a group. I've always wanted to go to the wedding of one of my students. I did have 2 students get married once, but I didn't have them at the same time, unfortunately. So that's what you'll be doing today. For Monday, since I did want to cover that, we will be reading the first little bit. It's only the first 5 pages of the book. That's not asking a whole lot. Old and New Ways of Seeing Relationships. Old and New Ways of Seeing Relationships. Chapter 1. It's only the first 5 pages. Read up to here. What do relationships do for you? Stop right there. Really what I want you to think about as you read this is what might he be meaning by old and new ways of relationships? In these first pages, he sort of predicts a lot about what you feel and what you think already. So think about whether or not he's right. He might be wrong. He's an old man. He's an old British man. He might not have any idea how you feel. But he's guessing based off his research and his time as a teacher that is probably how you feel. So think about how he predicts how you feel and how he sort of hints at how how he might change that about you. So I've on-ommed quite a bit here. Sorry, don't normally do that. It's because I'm still sick. But in the meantime, I'll leave it at that. We'll get to the reading for Monday. Meantime, enjoy your speed dating, and I'd like to see, well, I need to see those groups form today. If somebody's absent, keep that in mind. Do a head count. If you see less than 19 people, you might expect, okay, somebody might get forced in my group. I'm not asking you to actually solidify the television show at this moment, just the group, but this weekend, or starting at the end of the day today, make certain you email to the groups, and then by Tuesday, I will want to know the name of that show, just so we can confirm that it's accessible and that it's appropriate. Most shows will be appropriate, but there's not necessarily going to be all of them. I'm a big Family Guy show, but it doesn't. I'm a big Family Guy fan, but it doesn't really reflect reality in the same sort of way that we need a little hint of reflection of reality for the assignment to really work well. All right, so I'll leave you at it, and have a great time, and get to know everyone, and good luck. All right, I'll see everybody on Tuesday. Bye-bye.